So I suppose we better introduce people to the KNG Podcast, the third.
The third.
The third. It's the third one that's happened.
What happened to the first and the second?
Well, the first one was a pilot, and then the second one happened. We called it the first. So maybe this is the second. Maybe this is the KNG Podcast, the second. I can't remember.
What happened to the
I
third?
can't remember how I named them on the channel.
So what you're telling me is this is the fourth.
This is probably like the ninth. We don't know at this point. Time and space is bent into a weird... It's like a rubber balloon that you turn into dogs and stuff. It's one of those situations.
I don't think that's how time works.
That's exactly how it works.
What, like a rubber balloon?
Yeah, you turn into balloon animals.
You know what? You know
You
what?
know it's true.
Fuck off. Fuck off.
I had to scratch my face and everything because of that.
Is that meant to be a reference to something?
So I'm Kyle. Would you like to introduce yourself, you dickheads?
I know who you are. You know me.
Everyone else doesn't, because who the fuck cares about you?
Ow. Fucking ouch. Well, I am me.
You being the Nicholas.
The Nick.
The Nick. So,
Who is better than Kyle in every way.
no, not even close. So we don't have a guest this week, because,
No, we're keeping it down on the down
yeah,
low.
who the fuck needs guests? Not us.
Exactly. Well, when you've got pretentious cunts like us, who needs a
Exactly.
guest?
It's true.
That's why I said it.
So I guess we'll start off with general what's going on.
I'm sitting down. What's going on
I'm
with you?
sitting down as well. We're doing a podcast.
Are we?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awkward.
So I guess I'm the one that's moving this forward then, am I? You moved back to Scotland.
Yeah, I moved it back so you could move it forward.
Thanks.
You're welcome. But yeah, I moved back to Scotland after, what was it, 6 months away?
What was it? 5 months in total? Because you weren't down there for the full 6 months, were you? You had the keys for a little while. Or were you down there for full 6 months?
I think it was the full 6 months, because I got the keys the day we went down, and then I moved down the week after that.
Yeah, but you came back 2 weeks early.
Yeah, so almost.
Just like walked into my house and just surprised us all.
That's what I do. That's what I do. I mean,
Luckily, you were
What was
lucky
it,
I had
the
clothes on.
I remember the day I walked in, you were fast asleep. I just like almost cuddled up with you on the couch.
Oh yeah. And why didn't you?
Well, because you woke up and that was quite rude.
Sorry. I'll stay asleep next time.
Fucking good.
Oh, we got the bigger
That's how I
couch
like
now,
them.
so we can snuggle up on that instead.
Spoon forever.
Yeah.
Spoon forever. You've sold me.
So that's you back home now, but you're also in Turkey.
It is.
If I hear correctly through the grapevine, you were in Turkey mainly because you told me. The grapevine
it's
was
actually
you.
up on the channel right now. Yes.
Oh, it's up on the channel.
It is actually on the channel
I
as well.
have not watched it yet. Yes, because you were
so
vlogging out there.
It's on the channel. I was, and I was doing teakery, weekery kind of things with scuba diving.
With scuba diving.
We got quite a bit of footage. I did, yeah. So we did a lot of drinking and a lot of teaching. A lot of alcohol was ingested over those 2 weeks.
I should hope so.
Somehow I kept my composure to teach people. And apparently I did a fucking good job as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got back like at the end of, I think it's every half a month, so like every 2 weeks. You get like your what's called the what's the word? Your tips.
Oh, okay.
So we split all that kind of stuff up, and I got a lot more than I was meant to, because they asked specifically for this to go to me.
Oh, boost.
I was like, who are these people?
I didn't even train you.
No, apparently I did a 2-day course with them. It was just like, it's good to know. I don't even recognize you.
You're too drunk at the time.
Probably, yeah. So Yeah, that went well.
Oh, excuse the squeaking of the
but-
chair. I am trying to sit like a rock and it's not working.
You're not excused. You're not excused.
I'm not saying it to you. Don't give a fuck about you.
Well, that's just fucking rude. But what have you been up to in the last couple of months whilst I've been like touring the globe?
Literally just getting my house together. And
So the last time it was me talking about my house, now it's you talking about your house.
yeah, I
Explain.
think we went over it last time a wee bit that I was moving out into a new home. I am in that new home now.
Yeah, you did.
Probably why some of my stuff sounds a
are.
bit more echoey these days, because I haven't quite got around to soundproofing this place.
Disappointed. I'm not angry, just disappointed. But how are you enjoying the new house?
I'm having a great time. Literally the best choice I've ever made.
Is it?
It really is.
What about your choice of flatmates? I know you could have found a better one.
Well, you weren't up here when I got it, so yeah, snooze you lose.
To be fair, she snoozed because you were looking with me first.
That's true. We looked a long time ago. And then you fucked off the
You did,
wings.
all those moons ago. I did. Best choice I ever made, getting away from you.
But you
Boss.
came back because you missed me that much.
Not for you.
Yeah, likely story.
Not for you. Alright.
So, other than you being in Turkey, that's been happening, you're also working on something for Halloween, this coming Halloween. The one that's happening this
Yeah.
year, Halloween in October, that one is happening on our channel sometime this Halloween.
You've been so specific. You haven't even mentioned the year. I'm actually quite
No,
disappointed.
2017.
That's fair. Yeah. So at the moment we're just trying to plan something out for the day of the Halloweens, the spooky of the days.
Yes, well, we're working for something for the whole
something
month.
different.
Just
Yeah.
keep that in mind.
Something that's gonna be different. Yeah. Something different.
We'll go into more detail in the next podcast, which will be obviously the month,
Yeah.
like the month prior, September.
So next month.
So the month prior, we'll have more information on what we're doing, but just now we're working through what we're doing, really.
The ins and
Yeah,
outs.
the ins and outs.
Yeah.
We got our plan down, and we're just fine
Yeah,
tuning everything.
The high level. Yeah, the high level design is there, and now we're just going into trying to make things more. Yeah.
It's going to be a big learning curve for us.
More
I think.
things to come. Yeah,
There's
it's
a
gonna be
lot of
great.
stuff we're planning for it, and there's going to be a lot of like shared editing and stuff, which is not something we usually do. Usually we just edit our
Yeah,
own things. This time we're combining our
Yeah.
combined strengths to make something quite nice. And
All of our many weaknesses.
yes, well, if you've watched the trailers for the channel and the montages, that's stuff we've edited together. So
Yeah.
not the same as that, but
Think of it-
the same sort of
yeah.
editing style. We're going to be working together,
Yes.
so it's going to be higher quality.
Trying to get something a bit more.
'Cause on our
yes.
channel, I think those are the highest quality videos we've done, is the montages, because we've worked together on them.
Yes. But ironically enough, it's still not our most viewed video.
Yeah, well, you know.
By almost double.
Yes. Well, even the most recent channel trailer bit, which is by far the best one we've made to date,
Yes.
just not even close to the original, so... But hopefully that's going to change.
Yeah, but like I say, that it's going to be very interesting to see how we get on with that, because there's a lot of stuff we're actually learning, editing wise, new tools we're going to be using to actually get this into an amazing kind of
Yeah, it really is just the biggest project we've undertaken so far. And
especially for a new channel like of ourselves. This is going to be a do or die moment for
really,
us.
really is. If this doesn't do well, then we're just gonna... I don't know, we'll probably
Cry.
keep on going, but if it really doesn't kick off, then we'll probably just get the same shit as usual.
Try.
But if this really
Yeah.
takes off and it does really well, we might think about continuing that style of what we're doing. But that is just
Yeah.
a heavily maybe, because this
Yes.
is gonna be a lot
It's
of work.
all down to how people. It's all down to how everyone enjoys it and how they take it on board.
Yeah, I think that's one thing we really miss from our channel, is we don't get a lot of criticism or stuff like...
Hellion got plenty of criticism.
Yeah, nobody actually, like, there's no constructive criticism. No one's really saying what they want to see next or anything like that. But
Yeah.
the more subscribers we get, the more people that view our stuff, the more that's going to happen. So
Yeah.
hopefully
We're always looking forward to it.
this time next year, hopefully we'll be a bigger channel and we'll have more idea on what to do for the next Halloween. if it all kicks off.
Yes. Because at the moment we're currently sitting at 31 subscribers, so still a small channel, but the numbers mean nothing. The team KNG is always here.
Always here. We ain't going anywhere.
Always here, just to be annoying.
Like 31 subscribers, that's more people than I know. So come on, we're already doing better than what I expected us to do.
5 people is more than you know.
5 people is more than I know. And I work with like over 200 people in a factory. And they're all dickheads.
Yeah.
But not the happy dickheads that you guys are. But like the actual dickheads. The dickheads you don't want to speak to.
I work out of a closet on my own.
So you know less people than I do.
I'm a very lonely person. All those sad times. Have we ever actually spoken about what we do?
I really don't want to speak
outside of
about my
YouTube?
job because I have to do it. Like, I prefer not to speak about my work when I'm not there.
It's one of those kind of jobs,
one of
is
those
it?
kind of jobs. It's sort of switch off when you're there sort of job. And as soon as you come home, you
Yeah.
switch off even more.
Would you believe me if I said that's my job too?
I do believe you. I speak to you on a regular basis. I know how much you love your job.
Yeah, how much you enjoy your job.
Fuck off. Nobody likes my job.
Okay.
Fucking desperate people in like third world countries would hate my fucking job.
So many jokes. I'm not gonna make. I'm gonna be the bigger
We've
man.
got to be PG at least for doing the podcast because I cannot be asked go into certain time frames to edit out something fucking stupid and racist you've said.
PG. You've already sworn a few times.
Well, it's patience granted is not parental guidance. Patience granted.
Wow.
Thanks. I coined that
Should
myself.
we not just say it's like 14 and over?
14 and over. Isn't that a bit old for you?
Excuse me? What are you trying to imply here?
Nothing. Right, we best change topic.
Nothing.
Before investigations get carried
Let's go
away from
somewhere
us.
worse. On us. It sounds like you're trying to put them on me.
Well, yeah, it's always you. You're always the one that gets in trouble for fucking like the young people.
Don't
thing.
say it like it's happened before.
They'll find out if they read the
Because
newspapers.
It's not. Who reads newspapers
I
these
read
days?
newspapers. They come into my door and I'm just like, fucking, what's in here? Oh, look at that, sports. I know sports.
Are you 60 years old? Check your phone. Check Facebook. All these kind of places.
No,
At the
if you
moment, I use Snapchat to get my news.
I do that as well. No, if you check fucking Facebook, you just get spoilers for Game of Thrones. So you've got to stay away from that.
See, I don't like. Do you know how the right-hand side of Facebook you get all that like political stuff? I purely look down that. That's what my homepage is for Chrome. It just goes straight there, so I don't need to look at Facebook
Excellent.
because fuck Facebook.
Have you watched the new episode yet? Just out of curiosity. I'm not going to speak about it. Just,
Nope.
No, not watched it. I thought you might have been
Just
in that one.
FYI, at the time of this recording, it's the season finale for season 7.
Excellent.
And no, I've been busy editing other stuff, so I will be watching it later tonight before I go to bed.
Very good. Well, have fun with that because it is generally a good episode. But
Yeah, well, I've been actively avoiding them. Like everywhere I've gone, like YouTube, I'll be scrolling down and just like, and season 7. Nope. Going
well,
off.
you even came around today. We're like, oh, I just watched it. Like, I've not watched it. Don't spoil it.
Yeah. So it's been a hard job to completely like stay away from spoilers
It would
because
be,
I hate people that spoil.
Yeah, I'm the same. But before we get carried away with just general drivel, we'll go on to what what are we playing?
Just FYI, what the fuck was that noise? Oh yes.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Oh yes.
So,
Yeah. Why don't you start this one
well,
off?
I have been playing Crash Bandicoot, the Insane Trilogy on the PlayStation 4.
How's it going?
Going pretty well. I've mainly been going through Crash Bandicoot 2 because it's the best one. Let's be real. And I've done the whole bottom layer, so I've went up a layer.
Look
This
at
is
you.
like the game from my childhood, so it is the perfect game.
I
for
think
me.
it's the game from most people's
Crash
childhood.
Bandicoot is amazing, isn't it?
That
They've
is
done a really good job with the remake. Spyro's amazing as well.
Yeah.
I
do
really
like
hope there's a
Spyro.
remaster.
Is there any plans for? I was about to ask that. Is there plans for a remaster?
I don't know, and I can't type on. We can't.
So I would buy that.
We can't type on our keyboards because we're both going to be using our mics for this, so we can't go like clink clack
What are
away.
you talking about? I've been typing this whole
Why?
time. Because you can't hear my keyboard.
Yeah, you can.
Not in my audio. And have you heard me clicking?
I can hear your mouse clicking.
Well, you know what? Can you hear me right now?
You put your mouse outside of your door so you can click away. Can you hear it now, dickhead?
No.
Huh? It's out my window!
No, I'm typing on my keyboard. Granted, very quietly. And it looks like there are rumors for a Spyro the Dragon remake.
I really hope so, because I love that game.
It was an amazing.
Crash Bandicoot, Spyro, and Zelda was like my childhood.
See, I didn't play much Zelda. It was Ratchet and Clank for
I
me.
never played a single game. I've got Ratchet Clank on the PlayStation 4. That's Alicia's game. I don't play that because I never played any of the originals, so I don't really get the story or the hype behind it. Oh, Jack and Dexter. I love that.
Oh yes.
Great game.
Yeah. I think those two did accumulate to my childhood. That and Cell Damage Overdrive. If any of you have heard of that game, great game.
Played that before in my life.
It's basically a PS2 game where you got to drive cars, like stupid kind of design cars, some that look like tanks, and you just do these silly circuits like over crocodile infested swamps and everything, and you got like these weapons like boxing gloves and everything that you attach to your car and you just beat the shit out of other cars and you're just like, yeah, I've killed everyone.
Nice.
Actually amazing. Yeah, it was so addictive, especially when you were a child.
It sounds it, to be honest, especially when you're a child.
Yeah.
So the next game I've been playing is Devil May Cry 4, which people have seen one episode on the channel, and I've not got back to recording it yet, but I've been playing in the downtime on another character, because the Devil May Cry I got was like the special edition, like remastered. Was it remastered? Fuck knows. It was Devil May Cry 4 to me, so I was like, I'll buy it. And there's 3 other characters you can play as, so I've just been playing as them instead of Nero, which I've been doing on the channel. A lot of fun. I love spectacle fighters, but I don't really play them that often. Because my original plan was to get Ruby Grim Eclipse, because that's a spectacle fighter. Turns out that game's kind of shit. So I ended up buying Devil May Cry 4 for the channel instead, because it was on sale. I was like, I've not played that game in years!
Just FYI, I put something in the thing there for you. It's a little picture of that Cell Damage Overdrive, so you can see what it looks like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, I've never actually played that Devil May Cry.
Very good game.
What's it like?
Very, very good. Well, it's a spectacle fighter, but it's you're not playing as Dante like you do in the first 3. You're playing as a new character called Nero. Oh, you do play as Dante later on. Like you get about halfway through the game and you switch over to Dante. But I don't want to spoil too much because obviously it'll be on the channel. But yeah, it's just a spectacle fighter where you're going through very much same people from Resident Evil 4 and stuff like that, I believe, because all of the assets and stuff these are very, very similar to the Resi stuff. So you get a lot of nostalgia going through all like these different areas. But it's just a really good spectacle fighter. Probably the best Devil May Cry game they've released to date.
Oh, that's a big
that
statement.
That includes the originals and the newest one when you played as like the new Dante. Even though that was a very good game. Nothing compared to Devil May Cry 4. In my opinion, that is. Devil May Cry 4
Fair
is
enough.
Like the first one I ever played. And then I worked my way back. Devil May Cry 4 is definitely the best one. So, I guess we'll go on to you, Mr. Nick.
Well, as of late, I have been playing quite a few games actually. The ones I would like to talk about are one of my top favourites, Life is Strange. That's recently finished, so I finished that this weekend past. All uploaded onto the channel, and simply amazing. I kept saying that throughout the whole story. It is genuinely a game that kept me like speechless. You're just like, what? How can you be doing that? Such a good game.
You've been speaking about Life is Strange a lot, and I did watch your first episodes. I haven't watched any other ones because they are quite long. And I've got editing to do as well.
The best one. If you want one to watch, I'd say episode 4.
Episode 4. Well, I'll watch through them all eventually.
The best one.
But
yeah, like episode 4 was easily the best one. Like, it's not saying the other ones were bad, but that one was just fucking amazing. Like, so much happened.
I'll be looking forward to that one. That's another thing. We do generally watch each other's videos, but it usually takes a long time for us to actually watch them.
Yeah, especially if they're ones likes of Life is Strange.
The longer videos we tend not to keep a track on. I never watched like the Left 4 Dead series, or not Left 4 Dead, Outlast.
I was about to say, we've never played that.
Overwatch. I usually watch them because I edit them. What was I thinking of?
You have to watch them somehow.
Resi 7. I didn't watch. I watched some of them, but I didn't watch all of them. I just sort of watched the ones you told me to watch.
Oh, yeah.
Just because there were so many and them coming out so often, I was just like, I've got my own stuff I need to be doing.
Yeah, they were getting pumped out. But, no, likes of the Life is Strange. Like, I was going through some of the other stuff that Don't Nod Entertainment had actually been doing. Because, again, before I played Life is Strange, never heard of them.
No, I'm the same.
And I found out that they made a few other games, really small ones, but they didn't look good, so they just looked like test platforms. And then they had this other one that I remember hearing about a good couple of years ago now. Remember Me?
Yeah.
I don't even... What game year did that come out in? I'm just
15 or 16?
Was it?
It's a new game-ish.
Your guts made a weird noise.
Yeah, I know. I took it.
It came out in 2013.
Wow, it's older than I thought.
Yeah. So, yeah, I remember hearing about it, but I completely put it off my radar because it didn't look like my kind of thing.
I haven't heard a lot of good things about that game. How are you
it's
liking
weird.
it? Yeah.
It's weird.
Apparently, people have been saying it's nowhere near as good as like Life is Strange or anything like that, and the story is just a bit too plot holy, and just a bit far out there, I think. Like, I have seen like a wee bit of a playthrough of it, and it just seems like, what?
Yes.
Like, Deus Ex is way out there, but that's a bit more believable than this fucking shit.
Well, the Life is Strange, like, that's why I'm playing the Remember Me series, because if they can do that with a game, Life is Strange, surely they can't fuck up that bad.
But you gotta remember, Remember Me came out before Life is Strange, so I think Remember Me might have been a big learning curve for them, and they've sort of like tweaked it out in Life is Strange. Because they've obviously done a stellar job with Life is Strange.
Yes. So far, I've only played about an hour into the game. It's okay. I can't really give my final verdict on it yet, because of course I've still barely even gotten into the game. I'm just collecting all my stuff at the moment. But yeah, it's a solid game at this point. But the one that I'm looking forward to is the prequel to Life is Strange Before the Storm that comes out this week. Yeah, and it'll be going up on the channel on Sunday. This Sunday coming up, which is...
I was about to say, the podcast won't be up by then.
It'll be going up on the 3rd of September. So yeah.
Oh, podcast could be up
there,
by
the
then,
first
actually.
episode.
I might be up on the Saturday, depending on when I get the footage from you.
Yeah, I'll probably be bringing it over tomorrow or something.
Excellent. Yeah, I'll probably just edit it straight away and just shove it up for a Saturday then. Oh no.
Yeah, or Friday.
Yeah, Friday makes more sense.
Because it's not actually being developed by the same guys that made Life is Strange. I can't remember who's doing it, but apparently they've given the rights to create this prequel focusing around Rachel Amber and Chloe, so we're getting to learn all about that kind of it. But Don't Nod Entertainment are having some kind of say on the story, because obviously it impacts their stories.
Yeah, they need a big say in it, I would have thought.
Yeah, and Don't Nod Entertainment are actually in the process of making the sequel to Life is Strange.
Ooh.
No idea what it's actually going to be based on, whether it's going to still continue to follow on Chloe, because who knows which timeline it's going to actually follow from the original game, whether you chose to sacrifice Chloe or Arcadia Bay.
Remember, the ending isn't being put up yet by the time this podcast is going out.
It's out.
The ending?
Episode 5 is out. It went out on Sunday.
Oh, well, fucking thanks for telling me.
You should get the notifications like I do.
No.
It's up on the channel every Sunday. A Life is Strange goes up.
I thought you had more than 5 though. My bad.
More than 5?
More than 5 episodes.
No, there's only 5 episodes of Life is Strange.
Oh. Well then. Okay then. Continue.
I don't even remember what I was saying.
And nobody even cares.
Ow. Fucking ouch.
Look, I'm trying to stay like a
You
rock here
bastard.
without squeaking my chair. I'm getting cranky.
And you're failing miserably.
Yes, I know. I'm getting fidgety.
But off the Life is Strange topic, the newest game that's come to the arsenal is Hellblade. Now that one was an awkward one because that was... Did I tell you about that? How it just suddenly appeared in my life out of nowhere?
Yes, you did.
Yeah, the fact that I just got a notification off of Steam stating, "Oh, one of the games on your wish list is available to buy." What? I didn't even know I did that. So when I checked out, I was just like, "What the fuck is this?" So installed it, played it. Actually, all right. And then I found out it's meant to be a sequel.
Yeah, to Heavenly Blades.
But never played it. Probably never will. But it had a lot of good reviews apparently. Yeah. But this is basically the story of a girl that's become homeless. And she's
No, it's not.
she's homeless and she's suffering major cocaine side effects. It's quite a game.
The actual story is you went to fucking hell to go get your boyfriend back, who was sucked into the last game.
Cocaine.
Yes, cocaine caused all this, by the way. Don't do drugs, kids.
I'm pretty sure that's what I'd named the episode, The After Effects of Cocaine. What did I call it? Where is it?
I don't know. Where did you put it?
Oh, I'm on the wrong computer, that's why. I was looking for the percentage for it uploaded.
Oh, right.
Oops. But that's on the other computer. It's at 47% and it's called The True Story of Cocaine.
The True Story Cocaine. Excellent.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah, that's all the games I've been playing.
Nice.
What would you like to go on about now,
Well,
Mr. Kyle?
I guess we'll go on for a monthly channel segment.
Oh, our monthly channel segment.
This,
What would you like to talk about as part of the channel?
well, this is the part where we talk about just general goings on with the channel, how we record, and just stuff you don't see, just all the background stuff. So
I see. So
I guess
where would you like to
we'll
start?
start off with the difference in recording and editing. Now, we don't really have a difference in recording anymore. You did use... Was
Yeah,
it
we're all
OBS you used before?
I used OBS and I'm planning to go back to it because now that I've got my i7 6-core processor, it should be able to handle it.
Should be able to.
Especially because I'm pushing a lot of my other processes off onto the rendering machine. So my gaming machine should be almost beautiful.
Excellent. We should point out the reason you stopped using it is because you were getting mental frame drops from it, which is causing mayhem with
Yes. And editing with frame drops is fucking hell.
Yeah. The way we usually work it is
well aware of.
we use NVIDIA Shadowplay, which you don't get any frame drops from whatsoever. But if you use OBS, it's
zero impact on your performance.
Yeah, but OBS uses a lot of rendering power essentially, or processing power.
Well, it does. Yeah, processing power for creating it, but that's one of the things I find about OBS is it's a lot better than NVIDIA Shadowplay. Not in like it doesn't use anything, but in the fact that you can do more with it, like streaming.
You can do a lot more with it.
Editing, you can do all of that.
You can.
That's the benefit I see.
You can stream with NVIDIA,
Yeah,
but we tried that
again,
before and it really wasn't happening. we really just gave up with it. We're like, oh, fuck this.
It's like some of the issues we were having with, or we're having every now and then with the audio in NVIDIA, where it's just like, and even though you've turned off your microphone, we're still going to record your microphone.
Oh, it doesn't
so
matter.
You've got two. Yeah, so basically, when you start recording with NVIDIA Shadowplay, we basically turn off our microphone so we can just utilize Audacity. And just to be safe, I actually put the volume down to 0.
I do that as well.
In NVIDIA, so they can't even pick it up. But every now and then, you'll go to edit and you'll hear your voice twice. What?
Yeah. It's
So
a real
you
nightmare.
go in, and it turns out that NVIDIA has decided to turn, even though it's still turned off, like it'll just have turned your volume back up. Just like, stop it!
That is why you're not going to see any more Dark Souls. It's because that happened for about 7 episodes straight, and I got fed the fuck up with it. And the thing is, it was running at a higher frame rate through NVIDIA than it was running through Audacity. So when I was putting the Audacity layers over the top so I could try and get the audio to come through just Audacity, just like layer it on top of it, it was, they were going at different speeds. So like about 10 minutes in, the audio would desync itself. So it'd be like, I'd be like, hi. It's like, what the fuck? No, that needs to stop. So you'd have to like resync like about every minute or so in video.
Nice.
And over an hour and a half video.
Those were,
you cannot cope with life after that.
I'm sure you've done it once and then you're just like, nope.
But I had
20,
like almost 20 episodes not up on the channel yet. We got mega far.
We did. Somehow me and you just kind of just went blitzing
We
through
blitzed right through that game. Got to pretty much Aldrich. And then started the DLC.
Yeah.
And then...
No, you started
I started
the
DLC, yeah. Oh no, you were in one of the episodes of DLC. But
not for the DLC.
because I couldn't bring myself to do the other episodes where I had to sync everything back up again, they all just got deleted. Out of a fit of rage, moderate rage, I was more just like this, just like, and then deleted it. Not so much of a scream. But yeah, they're gone now.
A war cry.
It might come back again at some point. I do have another character I can get up to when it is in the videos, which wouldn't take too long. But I did so much of my other character that I really liked it. And it's been a long time since I've actually played, so it'd take a lot of learning again. Plus fighting the Watchmen, or what the fuck they're called. The Abyssal Watch. Fuck doing that again.
Yeah.
Although I will point out,
quite a battle.
we did it in one try.
Somehow.
One try.
Like,
amazingly.
I'm adamant that was literal luck.
It was pure and unadulterated luck, but we did it in one try.
Unadulterated?
Yes.
What kind of luck are you after?
The best kind of luck.
Oh my.
So, back to the difference in recording and editing. So, editing wise, you do a lot of longer type of videos than I do. Typically.
Yeah,
not
I
all
do
the time.
more. At the moment, I'm doing a lot more story-based games, so they're not ones you really want to overly cut out, because if you cut them too far, there's nothing happen, or nothing's happened, but the audience could be like, where do you go in between those cuts? Is there something over there?
Yeah.
So I prefer to run it almost straight, so that it's quite clear what you need to do, what I've done, where I found things, and where I went wrong.
There's a lot of those. But I think the best way to describe our editing styles is I'm more of like a montage sort of editor, and you're more of a let's player sort of editor.
Yeah.
I think that would be the
story based and all that kind of stuff.
Best way to describe how different our editing styles are.
Yeah.
Because I like to sync up
they,
music
They
with
work
different things.
very well.
Yeah. Well, for the things we do,
Like
we do very different games on our channel, so.
No, as in, like, when we come together to make, like, the montages and everything, they work very well together. Like, they work more or less hand in hand.
Yeah, they really do, because we've got two very different styles of editing. And just put them together.
And make something crazy.
Yeah, we actually get one decent editor out of the two of us. It's great.
Yeah. Two for the price of one, I suppose.
And I should point out, we learned all our editing on our own. We didn't go into any classes, we didn't do any tutorials or anything like that. only sort of tutorial stuff
And
we've done
we're still
is just
learning.
learning how to like do general cuts and stuff like that when we first started editing.
Yeah.
Other than that, everything else
Well-
we've just learned just as you do, just doing what you do. Like you're just in the middle of it, it's
Yeah,
like, I wonder
well,
what this
I know
button
that,
does, and it does like a cool rewind. You're like, ah, excellent. I know where that is now.
Well, I know that when I start doing stuff like we both got the gist out of the way at the same time, like what the basics are. But every now and then I'll be like, what's a cool thing to do? And then just kind of go on YouTube and go like, that's pretty cool things to try. And yeah, just try these new kind of effects kind of things to the videos. Transitions, audio effects, video effects. Yeah.
It's been
Some of which may even come into the Halloween stuff. Dun dun dun.
hint, hint, wink, wink, motherfuckers.
Tink tink.
So I guess, I think we've done this one last time. How we record and some of the issues we've encountered. But all the encounters we've talked about.
Yeah, well, we've pretty much just spoke about that.
The audio coming through not Audacity, NVIDIA, big issue.
Yeah.
Art and stuff, not really a big issue anymore. We've sort of got on top of like doing all the thumbnails and stuff. Because we've both got very different.
Actually doing thumbnails.
We've got very different ways of doing that as well. You use Photoshop on the computer. I use a lot of different apps.
Not for it anymore. Not anymore.
Well, yeah, you stop that. I use a lot of different apps on the iPads and do all my thumbnails through that. Like I've got about 7 different apps I use for every single thumbnail I do. So
I may even be joining you on the iPad kind of thing.
Yeah, it is a great way to do it, and I think, in my opinion, they look far more professional when you do it on the iPad because you've got specific tools that are user-friendly, other than Photoshop, which is you need a fucking degree to.
Not very
you need a fucking degree to work
Yes.
that. You need to be an art student to get that
It's
stuff.
horrendous. Yeah. Not the best thing to utilize.
No, well, it's a great thing to utilize if you're very good at it before you start using it all the time. But like we both started using Photoshop around about the same time, and I stopped using it way before you did. Like you just stopped using it. I only used it about a handful of times, and I was like, nah, fuck this. I can put far less time into my iPad and get a much better result out of it.
Yeah. Well, normally mine is just like a screen capture from somewhere in the video. That's something I do when I'm editing. Like I'll it's not even like a primary thought. It'll just be something I'll be editing. I'll be going through, and I'll be a bit where I'm doing a bit of like cutting, doing a bit of reframing kind of thing. I'll be like, all right, ooh, this could be an interesting area, and I'll go frame by frame and just like, that's beautiful. And then I'll take that and just kind of re-image it for the thumbnail.
See, I just use that sort of stuff for the end of videos, like taking screenshots and screen caps. I use that for like the ending videos segment, not for my thumbnails.
Yeah.
Mainly because I can't be arsed taking a screen cap, sending it over to my iPad, editing it, and sending it back. I'm far too lazy for that shit.
You make it sound like such a chore.
It is, because usually by the time I start thinking about doing stuff like that, it's already uploading. Like it's rendered out, it's uploading at that point. So going back, getting a screen cap out of it is just too much effort for me. It means I've got to open up, Premiere Pro and find a screen cap, save it, fucking put it on Facebook onto our channel, get it back onto my iPad, put it back onto the channel after it's been edited onto the Facebook channel, get it off of that, and then onto YouTube. Far too much effort when I could just edit it straight from the iPad, straight onto YouTube. Well, straight onto Facebook, then YouTube.
Yeah, that's our 2 different styles.
2 very different styles. One last thing I want to mention is dual perspectives. Oh, fuck's sake. Dual perspectives.
You can say it.
Perspectives?
There
we go. So,
that's like someone saying supposedly.
Supposedly, this is a thing where... seeing both of our sides of the footage on videos has lapsed recently, mainly because you were in Wales and my internet was shit at my old house, so we couldn't get 2 footage reliably and uploads in a decent time frame. Whereas now that's changed, you're back in Scotland, you literally come into my house almost every single day anyway, sadly.
It's great. It's great.
So you might see maybe not what you used to where it was every video, but more of it will start coming back. And one more thing we should really mention is what happened to your hard drive. Actually, no. I lied. What happened with your brain?
You know what? I think
it's all your fault. You formatted your hard drive. The hard drive with all your footage on.
It's not a channel-specific topic.
It is. It's very channel-specific, as in a lot of videos you're not going to see because dickhead over here deleted them in a mass exodus of his fucking hard drive.
In my defense, I was trying to sort out stuff with the new when I built the other computer, or my new computer. I took all the stuff out of the old one that I'd been using, and I've turned that into a machine for rendering, so that I'm not putting complete 24/7 strain on one computer, because that's not healthy.
No, it is not. I can agree with you on that one. But you did format your main 4TB drive that all your footage is on.
Right.
And all your TV shows.
I had
legal TV shows.
Yep. I had a 4TB drive with all my movies. I had at least 1.5 terabytes of movies.
Of legal
TV
movies.
Series.
Legal TV series.
Yes, legal. Completely downloaded legitimately. That I had on that hard drive, as well as... You know what? that were included in amongst all of my POV stuff, so my point of view for YouTube. I was going through one of the discs, formatting discs, so that I could make room for the new C drive on my new computer. I went to format the drive, and I clicked up and by accident whilst I was in the middle of clicking. So instead of clicking on the SSD I wanted, I clicked on my 4TB.
Yeah. Big issues.
And the rest is history.
So we'll go over a quick list of things that will be stopping, at least for the time being. You're going to hear my mouse.
Do you have a list?
Well, I've got my Steam open. So Borderlands, we started recording Borderlands, the original Borderlands.
Yes.
We have a lot of footage for that. We don't anymore. We're going to have to start again. Luckily that hasn't come out the channel though, so you're not going to miss that until it starts coming out.
Yeah.
But I think we should go to the second one first.
I'm curious if you want to... I was going to say if you just want to go straight to the pre-sequel, because neither of us have played that one.
Can do if you want, yeah. Does mean buying another Borderlands, but sure.
I thought you already had that.
No, I've got Borderlands 1 and 2.
Oh. I got all of them for the price of one. As in £1.
Fuck you. Well, so Borderlands, you didn't see any of that, but it won't be coming out. Just letting you know what's gone and what you're going to miss because of this dickhead. Yeah.
Borderlands might come back in the late future, but at the moment there's no plans for Borderlands to come to the channel.
No, not another plan. We got further in Don't Starve Together, but we've lost the world. Next formatted hard drive was the drive that had our worlds on it. So that is stopped.
Yeah.
We will go back to that eventually, I think, again. But it will be another situation where we build what we're doing up to the point we were on the last one and then carry on from there. I think that's how it is. Or we might start from the very beginning, ground up. It's really... yeah, it's happened a lot of times. But it could be a while before we do that again, so it might be worthwhile building up from scratch again.
Yeah, it'll be one of those stories that will just kind of... Well, we're going to wait till it's been enough time to justify starting playing that again.
Yeah, starting to start. We are sorry that you're not going to get to see what actually happened later on with that. Because we didn't record anymore. Everything you've seen up to date is how far we recorded. It's just we've lost the world. We can't record in that world anymore.
Yeah. Unless there's a way we can.
Hopefully you have your cloud on Steam working and we can get them back. But we're telling you now, you probably won't see it again.
Yeah. The other one currently on the list to be stopped is The Forest.
The Forest, if we can get the world back, we'll be playing that again. If we can.
Yeah, because we put a lot of hours into that.
How much of my hours on Forest am I already at? Let us see. 33 hours just building that base. Essentially.
I want to see how much I've got, because I know that I spent a lot more time on that world than you did.
You did. But we didn't record a lot of
52 hours.
We didn't record a lot of that because a lot of that was gathering resources. That's why the treescape in our world was gone because of that fucking house.
Thanks to moi.
Thanks to you.
Thanks to moi.
And
then I got a chainsaw, which made things even more. Which I should have gotten in the first place, because that would have been far handier.
Next time, if we go back to that again, we will start off with a chainsaw. I'd be smart about it.
Fucking right, we will. Yeah.
Another game that's going to be not stopped, but there's going to be a lot of footage you're never going to see was Dota 2. No, I lied. I have the footage for Dota 2. We do Joe's perspective on that.
Oh, yeah,
So we do actually still have footage for Dota 2. Never mind, I lied. Don't worry about the Dota 2, it'll just be from my perspective.
Excellent.
What else we got here? Okay, we talked about the forest.
Yeah, thankfully, Tom Clancy saved to Uplay, so I have all of that.
Yes, but
still.
we've lost a lot of the footage, remember? A huge amount of the footage is gone.
Yes. A lot of the footage, like, up to where we are, I don't even remember where we are on the channel.
Episode 6 or 7, I think.
I don't remember where that is.
Well, 6 or 7 was about 4 videos in. And we had about 20 episodes recorded, so it's going to be way ahead next time you see us. And we will bring up that you're a dickhead.
Me?
Yes, you!
What did I do?
Fucking format your drive. We were planning on playing Portal 2. Luckily, we didn't start recording that before you formatted your drive, so we do have time to put that in.
I all had it in plan.
Yes,
I had it
knew
in
it was
my
going to
plan.
happen, so we didn't record that.
Exactly.
Anything else? Resident Evil 6 is going to be from my perspective only again, because that was on your hard drive. But you still have my footage.
Yeah.
Luckily, because I don't have my footage anymore, I gave it to you, then deleted it. So thank fuck.
You fool.
Rocket League, there's a bunch of Rocket Leagues that's just going to be from my perspective only again. What else we got? I think that might be it, unless there's anything you've been playing that we've missed.
Nope. All the games I've been playing are actually all done.
Excellent, okay.
Yeah. I mean, I did lose the fully edited original version of Life is Strange Episode 5, but I did re-record that and it went up in time, so...
Excellent.
Who needs to worry about that?
Yep, so that's been taken care of. So that's everything that's happened between things not going up. If you're really seeing things like channels, videos on the channel that aren't continuing, be rest assured that was Nick's fault.
You know why? No!
Yes! This is one thing you can't.
This
is one thing you can't run away from. Is you formatted your hard drive. This is landing on your.
We're a team. We're a team.
We've never said we're a team.
When we fail together, when one of us fails, we both fail. If I succeed, I succeed.
Yes. A lot of Overwatch as well is going to be from my perspective only, because again that would have been on your drive.
See, I'm convinced I didn't have any Overwatches on my hard drive because they're all on the shared drive.
They're not on the shared drive.
They're all on the cloud.
I should point out we use a
POV.
thing called the Western Digital Cloud.
My cloud.
Yeah, my cloud.
Yeah.
But a lot of the stuff you're uploading onto there isn't showing up on my side, because there is definitely no Overwatch. So you might want to double check that after we finish doing this.
Yeah, well, I'll go in.
Because
whilst you're speaking, actually, double check.
Excuse the clicking while I go into my Overwatch folder. You should have 5, because I've got 5.
See, all of my footage I can see, the video and the audio.
How many you got?
On your side, I have Overwatch from the 9th of July, Rocket League on the 7th of July, and Rocket League on the 11th of July.
Wait, how many Overwatches have you got?
Only 1.
So we're missing 4. So again, those will be in my perspective. Same with the Rocket Leagues.
Yes.
Just whatever. If I can get those footages off you, then you will see at least 1 of each with both of us in it.
Which would be nice.
I should point out we've actually started playing Rocket League again together after the last time.
Because this guy's finally.
We never put up.
Decided.
Yeah, we never put up the footage because it's lost now of me throwing in the towel and saying I'd never play with him again. Waves in a sexual way, but
very sexual. Very sexual.
But
I actually had to go and get a lawyer.
We've jumped back in after a long hiatus of that game, so we'll be playing that a lot more.
And we've actually been doing okay.
That's not great at ourselves.
Well, to be fair, for the first episode back after about 5 months,
We lost.
We lost, but we were doing okay.
We did okay. We did some good teamwork, but we lost all those games.
Yes. Somehow we did good teamwork. But to be fair, I'm pretty convinced most of it was the fact that I just kind of ran in and the ball suddenly appeared in front of me, or I pushed it in front of you.
It's usually stuff happened.
Yeah.
I think that's everything that you really need to caught up on the channel. I think that's the channel segment over.
Yeah.
Unless there's anything else you want to bring up.
Kyle. No, I just wonder what rustles your jimmies.
You know what really rustles my jimmies?
What really rustles your jimmies?
This segment.
Oh.
This segment is you know what really rustles my jimmies? I'm not sure if I'm a big fan of this one because it's just ranting. But let's just continue.
But
I like the title. That's why it's
to enjoy around.
It's got to stay because I like the title.
Well,
what is your topic? Let's begin with that.
no, I just asked you what really rustles your
sorry.
jimmies. It's your topic.
Okay then.
You bastard! Don't try and pawn it off on
Have
me.
we spoke about early access before?
I think you've briefly went over it.
That's awkward. Then I don't know what really
Right.
rustles my jimmies at the moment. What rustles your jimmies?
Why don't you? What rustles
Yeah.
my jimmies? Delays.
Delays? Really? That rustles your jimmies?
Yeah. I can appreciate games where they give you enough notice. Like if a development company says in July that our game that's scheduled to come out in September is going to be delayed till December or something like that. That I can appreciate. But if they say to you, like 4 days before it's a release, oh yeah, it's being rescheduled for a month away. That pisses me off.
Really? That's the exact opposite
Yeah.
for me. Every single time they delay a game, it can only be a good thing in my mind because they're patching out stuff that's wrong
See-
with it.
Yeah, but I mean, that's not the part that annoys me. It's the fact that they've waited that long. Because the last 4 days should realistically be them getting the servers ready, not still development on the game.
That is a good point.
If they're still in development 4 days before its release, or even the last month, to be fair, should not be development on the game
No,
code.
it should be rolling
The
out
game
then.
code
It should be
yes,
ready for launch.
rolling
the
out
last
servers, preparing everything so that the servers don't crash the network, and just getting the game into steady
We're not talking
state.
about Blizzard, but you do
bait.
a shit job of it. And
Wow.
remember, what's it called, Diablo 3? Good job,
Yes,
Blizzard. Good job.
Yes. Not looking at anyone in particular.
Blizzard.
Yeah, stuff like that, where it's false promises kind of thing. I suppose another topic is overhyping. Poor advertisement could be another one.
Advertisement doesn't really bother me, but overhyping does. Overhyping.
Well, that's what I mean. Like overhyping and advertising more or less fall in line. The example being the fact of No Man's Sky, how much effort they put into being like, this is going to be the greatest game since fucking Asteroid is. Yeah, it was just stupid, and then what they delivered was
See,
dire.
it's not the advertisement that rustles my said jimmies. It is the media, the review codes, everything about that. Just dodgy people giving
Why?
high hopes for the game that they barely even played and just
Yeah.
gave a high score because they were paid to. That's what really rustles my jimmies.
Yeah.
I know that doesn't happen as much in the industry anymore because that's been brought up
Yeah.
numerous times and they've been attacked on all angles. PC Gamer, places like that, they've all got hit. Kotaku, they've all had the same thing happen to them. They've all been accused of doing the same thing, like getting paid for promotions and stuff like that. They have cut down, but you know what's happening in the background
It's
that
still
you're
a
not
thing.
seeing. There's still stuff that's going on. I'm not naming anyone
Yeah.
in specific. I would never name PC Gamer or anyone like that by name if they were still doing it or if I knew they were still doing it. So yeah, that really, it used to piss me off so much, but it doesn't so much because it doesn't happen nearly as much anymore, thankfully. Because we all
Yeah,
remember the
it's-
Doritos and fucking, what was it, Doritos and What was the other thing? Mountain Dew. There's a. They were like heavily promoting that while they were doing a review, and it's just like, come on. That's not overhyping. That's just like poor, poor business practice.
Yeah, it's just poor advertisement.
But they did the same with what's it called? What were you talking about?
I didn't speak. You're too busy just
I'm
ranting.
ranting, but I can't remember the game you said.
No Man's Sky.
That's the one. They did that with No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
There was review copies went out, and people said it was amazing when it wasn't. It came out half a game, if that.
And they're still making the add-ons to make the game what it was meant to be.
Thankfully,
if they're still doing that after what, a year?
Yeah, but thankfully they are doing it for free. They are not making you pay for it.
Yes.
They have stepped up and
decided,
you know what, you're not going to pay for this. We will do it off our own back. We will get the game how it's supposed to be. And I like that. But they shouldn't have came out that way. At least
they've owned up to it.
They've owned up to it, but it shouldn't have happened. It shouldn't have happened in the first place.
But it's like the dude that they had doing all their press conferences and everything, just being like, oh yeah, this game's going to be amazing. I did like that, like a few days after the game came out, just never saw him again.
Don't blame him. It's like, fuck this, that's a lot of angry messages. I don't need that in my life.
But yeah, that's what rustles my jimmies.
That is what rustles. Well, it also rustles my jimmies, if you couldn't tell by my rants.
Yeah, it was a nice rant. Well, do you have anything else that rustles your jimmies?
I don't know.
No?
I guess like games coming out, not finished, but again that ties into No Man's Sky, just games that promised too much but came out with very little. You know what also rustles my jimmies actually? The Yogscast game.
What?
The Yogscast game. Did they even release that game?
I didn't even know it was a game.
They were on Kickstarter and got kickstarted an immense amount of money to make this game. And it was all in development, they kept on putting things up, and now nothing. Did all these people that backed it got nothing back? I don't know if the game came out or if it was just cancelled, canned.
That was one thing that I don't think it rustles my jimmies. It just kind of puts me on edge, the whole Kickstarter. Like it's a really good idea that people can back a game if they want to push it to be made. It's a really good idea.
Got socks off Kickstarter.
But it's when people.
I got socks off Kickstarter. They were great. That's me saying that I really like Kickstarter for anything other than games.
See.
You can trust people that make socks on Kickstarter because they're going to give you some socks if you buy them. And they gave me some fucking socks and they were great.
Not sure what to say about that. I was not prepared for socks.
I also bought a watch, but I'm still waiting for that. They're still rolling that one out.
When did you buy it?
About 2 weeks ago.
Oh
yeah. No, they're not even reached their goal yet. It's like, highly likely I'm never going to get them. But I will get my money back if they don't get all the way up.
Oh, that's the thing with Kickstarter. It was when people just try and use it to take the piss, where it's just like, oh, I'm going to make this game that is what everyone's been wanting. We're going to make $1 million in Kickstarter fund. Then we're going to leave. Those kind of people. It ruins the good name of like Kickstarter, these kind of things. It hurts those early businesses as well that actually try and use it for the genuine reason.
See, I think the problem with Kickstarter is they're letting people come on to develop games and stuff.
And just kind of do it.
Well, not even that. They're letting people come on that want to develop games, but then they're putting goals in it that are just so ludicrously low that there's just no way the game can be made on the budget they're asking for. Like, there's games coming out saying like they need a budget of like 20 grand. You can't make a game on 20 grand. You cannot.
Well,
you cannot pay.
It depends on
the game. You could pay
game.
for one coder a year's wages on 20 grand in this country.
Yes.
And even then, that would be bare minimum for a pay grade in the UK. Like, there's no way you can make a game on 20 grand. And there's games on there that are just like, oh, we just need 20 grand and we can make this game. Fair enough to like, oh, we're a long way through the game. You know, we've not got a lot left to go.
Yeah.
But a long way through a game, you've probably still got about a year left to go. If you're like heavily through the game, you've still got about a year.
One of those games. It depends on my perspective. If it's one of those games that have just reached they're already like backing or their funding, and they're just looking for a little bit more just to finish the process, say, like if they're in those final stages, then I can understand.
Even the final stages is about years. I used to work in game development. Even the final stages takes about a year to get through. You cannot finish a game on 20 grand, no matter how far you are. I can understand if you were making disc games and you needed the budget to make the discs and send them out to people. That's understandable. Who the fuck does that anymore? We have digital, it's free. Like, why the fuck would you put out stuff on a disc? If you're on Kickstarter and you're making a game, you'd make it for the PC, and then, once you've made money, you'd port it to consoles on disc. And even then, you'd probably still do digital distribution, like Minecraft did, because fucking way easier.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say anymore.
No.
Yeah, I guess that's the end of what really rustles my jimmies.
Yeah, and that will also take us to the end of the podcast. Podcast the 3rd, 2nd, 1st, or 9th. We're not sure at this point.
The son of Tiber Septim.
A little bit of Oblivion references towards the end of our life.
Incredibly so. Excuse me? What?
End of your life. I might kill you at some point. Probably shouldn't mention that in case you do die and then I get pulled up for questioning because I said I'd kill you in a podcast. That'll be very awkward.
I would laugh the day after something tragic happens. It's just like, oh shit.
They come around to my house. You don't even look sad, Kyle. Oh, not really. He's dead. Yay.
The police leave. Fucking party!
Right, okay, so we're
anyway,
going.
I suppose.
We're leaving. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye for now.
Bye!